This is 2,500 square feet, H-shaped, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a pool, an outdoor kitchen, and 2 separate courtyards, one on each side of the house. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what every single piece of it cost. Not a starting at number, not it depends, the actual dollar figure, paid phase by phase, from the raw land that was bought before there was a driveway on it to the day the front door was unlocked for the first time. Stick with me, the final total surprised even me, and we built the thing. The tour. Let me show you what's actually here before we talk money, because the shape is the whole reason the budget looks the way it does. The house is built as an H, 2 wings connected by a center section in the middle. Walk in the front door and you're standing in the crossbar. That's the great room. 14-foot vaulted ceiling, tongue and groove up top, a kitchen island big enough for 6 bar stools, and an open dining space that looks straight through to the back courtyard. Off the kitchen is a mudroom and laundry, and tucked just past that is a full bathroom that doubles as our pool bath, so nobody's tracking wet feet through the house. Head down the left wing, and that's our primary suite. Bedroom, walk-in closet, ensuite bath, and a small home office right next door. Head down the right wing, and that's the kids' side. 3 bedrooms sharing a hall bath. 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2 completely separate wings, and everybody still meets in the middle. Now step outside, because this is where the H shape actually earns its keep. Each side of the house creates its own private yard instead of one big open yard. On one side, we put in an in-ground pool with a covered outdoor kitchen right next to it, grill island, bar seating, a pergola over the top. On the other side, it's quiet, a garden courtyard off the primary suite, screened from the pool noise by the house itself. Standing seam metal roof, board and batten steel siding on the exterior, black framed windows the whole way around. That's the house. Now let's talk about what it actually costs to get here. Land. This land was bought for $42,000. 3 acres, rural, no existing utilities, which matters a lot for the next section. Running total, $42,000. Site work and utilities. This is the phase nobody warns you about because it never shows up in a per square foot number anywhere. Survey to confirm the boundaries, $1,200. Clearing and grading the building pad, $5,800. Drilling the well, $8,200. Septic system, $7,400. Running power from the road to the house, $3,100. And a 400-foot gravel driveway, $6,500. That's $32,200 before there was a driveway, water, power, or a way to flush a toilet on this land. Running total, $74,200. Design and permits. An H-shape isn't sitting on a stock plan shelf. This one came from a modified custom set. $5,200 for the plans, $1,450 for permits. Running total, $80,850. Foundation. Here's the first place the shape itself shows up in a real number. The slab is 2,500 square feet, same as it would have been if this had been built as a straight rectangle instead. But when the concrete contractor priced the perimeter footer, that thickened, reinforced edge that runs around the outside of the slab, the edge shape came out to roughly 310 linear feet of that edge. A rectangle, the same square footage would have been closer to 200. That's 110 extra feet of forming, rebar, and concrete on that edge alone, just from the shape. The foundation came in at $29,800. Running total, $110,650. The shell, structure, roof, and siding. This is the steel frame, the roof, and the exterior skin, and it was the single biggest check written on this entire project. 2 things drove it higher than it would have been on a rectangle. The wall math is the first one. That 100+ feet of extra perimeter from the foundation section doesn't disappear once you start framing. It's still 100+ feet of steel wall panel, structural framing, and insulation running the full 10 feet up on both wings and the crossbar that a straight rectangle simply never needed. The second one is the roof. Where the crossbar roofline meets each wing roofline, you get a valley, an intersection that has to be custom flashed and sealed instead of running as one clean plane. There are 4 of those. The roofer told us flat out, every valley adds cutting time and flashing time that a simple gable roof never touches. And there's a third factor that has nothing to do with the shape and everything to do with the year this was built in. Section 232 tariffs on imported steel and aluminum doubled in June of 2025 from 25% to 50%, and that rate was still active the whole time steel was being priced. The structural steel bid came back noticeably higher than a friend's bid on a similar shell 2 years earlier. Same supplier, same region. Between the extra wall, the 4 roof valleys, and steel pricing in 2026, the shell, frame, roof, siding, all of it installed, came to $128,500.
Running total, $239,150. Windows and doors. More exterior wall meant more places to put class, and we leaned into it. Black framed windows across both wings and the great room. $16,200 for the full window and door package. Running total, $255,350. Electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. Electrical rough-in and fixtures, $17,800. Plumbing rough-in and fixtures, with 3 full bathrooms and a pool bath, that's a lot of lines, came to $21,300. HVAC is where the floor plan actually changed the system, not just the price of it. The contractor looked at the plans and told us straight up, one system trying to condition both wings from a central point in the crossbar was going to leave the far bedrooms fighting for even temperature. So we split it into 2 zones, essentially 2 systems working together instead of one. That decision alone was the difference between a standard install and what we actually paid, $24,600. Electrical, plumbing, and HVAC combined, $63,700. Running total, $319,050. Insulation. With that much extra wall to cover, we upgraded to spray foam instead of standard batt insulation for the added R value, $9,700. Running total, $328,750. Interior finish out. Drywall, paint, trim, interior doors, flooring, cabinets, countertops, everything that turns a shell into a home you actually live in. This was the single largest category on the entire budget. And it's also the one where our choices moved the needle more than the shape ever did. Semi-custom cabinets instead of stock. Solid surface countertops. Wide plank flooring through the main living areas. Every one of those was a decision we made, not a cost the H-shape forced on us. All in, interior finish out came to $88,400. Running total, $417,150. Appliances. Full kitchen package plus washer and dryer, $8,900. Running total, $426,050. Now, the pool and the outdoor kitchen weren't part of the core build. We added them once the shell was up, and I want to be straight with you about what they cost, because these 2 line items alone are bigger than some entire budgets in this video. The in-ground pool, gunite, roughly 14 by 28 feet, decking included, came to $58,000. The outdoor kitchen next to it, the grill island, the bar seating, and the covered pergola over the top, ran $22,500. $80,500 for both together. Running total, $506,550. Contingency. We set aside a working contingency for the surprises that always show up mid-build. A soil condition here, a material swap there. It ran $34,000 by the time the project wrapped. Running total, $540,550. The full number. Land to move in ready. 2,500 square feet, H-shaped, 4-bed, 3-bath, pool, outdoor kitchen, 2 courtyards, $540,550. Every dollar of it. Here's the part that actually gets me.
If this had only ever gone off the cost per square foot number everyone quotes for a finished Barndominium, we'd have expected somewhere around $325,000 to $460,000. And that figure never once mentions the land, the well, the septic, the driveway, or a pool. Those pieces alone were over $150,000 that a per square foot quote simply never touches, because that number only ever describes the house, never what it's sitting on and never what's around it. What we'd do differently. If this were priced again, we'd lock in the steel bid earlier. Tariff pricing moved mid-project and we felt it in the shell number. We'd also talk to the HVAC contractor at the framing stage instead of after the walls were up, because the two-zone decision would have been cheaper to plan for from day one than to add once the ductwork was already roughed in. That's every dollar, start to finish, on this H-shaped build. If you're planning your own, subscribe. I break down real numbers on this channel, not brochure numbers. Tell me in the comments, what do you want me to break down next?